But I think we have Lalitabh as well joining in on the phone line. Lalitabh, we just had Maithili Busnurma joining in on the phone line, and she was of the opinion that not just the timing, but the entire idea of this mega PSU bank consolidation itself is not really great because, if history has anything to tell us, we've seen what happened with SBI and its subsidiaries, or for that matter with BOP. What is your opinion on how the market should be reading into this?
Yeah, I would largely agree with what Maithili was saying. Merging two or more PSU banks in the immediate term, I don't see a very significant amount of synergy benefits or significant improvement that is going to come in. At the same time, it is much desired that because there is clearly a very wide differential between the different levels of processes and the systems for PSU banks. So while on one side, you can see that in the performance as well. In some of the PSU banks, the performance difference in terms of gross NPA has been very, very significantly stark. So that is also one thing. So you would like to try to merge in or rather try to rectify the problems that are there with some of the weaker banks. But that said, I am just having a hunch. The FM also mentioned that she would be looking at how the banks are going to pass on the interest costs. The rate cuts. To some extent, this meeting could also be because of that. I don't know. So that is also one possibility. But on the merger side, I don't see a very significant immediate gain for banking system or the system as a whole.
Yeah, but you have a very, very valid point there, Lalitabh, that perhaps rate transmission is going to be easier, but that can't be the reason for merging all these banks together. And on the timing as well, because Lalitabh, we're hearing names, and it's almost 10 PSU banks that are seen as contenders. It's Union Bank of India, Canara Bank, Punjab National Bank, United Bank, OBC, Allahabad Bank, Corporation Bank, Syndicate Bank, and Andhra Bank, which have been called for today's meet. We all know the kind of asset quality that they have on their books. Would you say there would be a wise idea for all these contenders that I just named to be merged?
See, at this point of time, what is needed, in my humble opinion, is an increase in the credit disbursals, and banks should be roadblocks and all those things should be taken away, so that banks are coming back and try to fill up the gap which has emerged from the slowdown in disbursals due to the NBFC players shrinking away. So that said, if you throw them into a merger and acquisition situation, when the whole top management bandwidth is going to be consumed into something entirely different, then your objective of increasing credit and pushing credit so that the system as a whole starts moving again, that will take an impact, right?
Yeah, and as Aisha was saying, the overall transition as well takes quite a bit of time. They have to weigh various aspects, the geographical reach, human resource transition, the regional balance, etc. So in light of all of this, given that we're talking about some of these key banks like PNB with Union, etc., what exactly is your outlook now on them in terms of the stock price in the run-up to the fact that this could now be a possibility?
So as we were discussing, the top management bandwidth is going to be consumed significantly if you give them this kind of a challenge to address. So operational wise, or human resource wise, or for that matter, there are so many other problems also that comes and challenges as such. So in that aspect, the credit creation and credit growth will take a backseat. So my sense is that it'll be counterproductive. Regarding the view on public sector banks, our view is cautious on public sector banks. We are not, apart from State Bank of India and PNB, we do not have a positive view on most of the public sector banks. We believe that still they are not out of the woods yet.
Okay, thanks Lalitabh for joining in and giving us your takes.